Welcome to the Valley of Night Cherry Blossoms, a place where an ancient harmony is, well, about to shatter. So today, we're diving into the three rival factions fighting for the very soul of this dying land. Let's get right into it. Just picture it for a second. A land watched over by a majestic dragon, its scales literally blooming with cherry blossoms. It's a place where tiny spirits dance on the breeze, and the bond between people and the divine, it's real, it's tangible. But yeah, this paradise is in serious trouble. There's this creeping corruption, they call it the whispering sickness, and it's poisoning the sacred cherry blossoms. It's fraying that ancient pact, and it's sowing chaos among the people. The very soul of the valley is on the line here. And in the middle of this crisis, three major factions have risen up, each one with a completely different idea for the future. So the real question becomes, which path actually leads to salvation, and which one might lead to total ruin? Okay, so what's at the heart of this conflict? To really get these factions, you first have to understand the divine forces that are pulling the valley in opposite directions. You see, at the center of everything, it isn't just one guardian dragon. No, it's a whole triumvirate of cosmic powers. And this right here, this lays out the entire philosophical battlefield. You've got the Golden Smile, which is all about good and harmony. Then there's the Dance of Death, the embodiment of pure, raw ambition. And holding it all together is the Heart of Space, the fulcrum of neutrality. Every single faction we're about to talk about is a direct reflection of one of these dragons. First up, let's talk about the followers of the Golden Smile. They're called the Golden Path, and they believe the valley's true strength lies in its ancient traditions and that deep connection to the natural world. Their entire philosophy really boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. For them, progress and peace come from working with the land and with each other, never against them. Their leader is the famous diplomat Lady Sakura Shinomiya. And the Golden Path is all about responsible stewardship. They put the health of the community and the land first because they believe individual success is just a natural result of collective well-being. You can almost think of them as the gardeners of the entire valley. All right, now let's flip the coin and look at the total opposite end of the spectrum. The Shadow Conclave draws its power from the ambitious and frankly ruthless Dance of Death. The Shadow Conclave sees tradition as a cage. Their whole argument is that real progress, and let's be honest, survival, can only happen if you seize power, break the old rules, and embrace change, no matter what it costs. Their entire focus is on individual strength. They're led by the super mysterious Lord Kage Kuroshi. And get this, he is actually three identical siblings who rotate the role in secret. It's a perfect metaphor for their faction, isn't it? Pragmatic, secretive, and just ruthlessly efficient. And here it is, the central conflict laid bare. On one side, you've got community, stewardship, and openness. On the other, individual might, ruthless progress, and total secrecy. It's that classic clash, collectivism versus radical individualism, and each one thinks they have the only real answer to save the valley. But what if the real answer isn't about choosing a side at all? Well, that brings us to our third major faction, the Balance Keepers. They serve the neutral dragon, the Heart of Space. For them, it's not about good versus evil or tradition versus progress. It's all about knowledge. They believe the only way to ensure the valley survives is to understand every perspective, every timeline, every single possible outcome. And don't think for a second this is a passive role. No way. They are actively engaged with time itself, observing the past, divining the future. And they use that immense knowledge to mediate what's happening right now, constantly working to make sure neither extremes gains total control. Their leader, the Void Sage Masashi, is said to be an ethereal projection of the original sage, a being that's more of an idea than an actual person. And that fits perfectly with their goal, right? To rise above all the personal drama and just serve the greater cause of universal balance. But this whole conflict, it's not just political. Beyond these three big factions, there are older, much deeper forces at play. We really need to talk about the spiritual core of the valley. So, meet the Sakura Keepers. Now, these guys aren't a political faction. They are the caretakers of the sacred bond itself. Think of them as the valley's spiritual immune system. Their only concern is the health of that divine connection. And right now, the whispering sickness is a direct assault on everything they stand for, infecting the very heart of their world. And moving between all these groups, sometimes unseen, often unrecognized, there is a very unique figure. Someone who tests the worthy and guides the lost, usually with riddles and illusions. None other than Kitsune Kazuko, a shape-shifting fox spirit who serves the great guardian dragon directly. She is the ultimate wildcard in this whole delicate game. Where the factions all see politics, Kazuko sees the cosmic weave, and she's working to maintain a balance they can't even begin to comprehend. So, that's the board. The pieces are all in play. The crisis is getting worse by the day, and the paths are laid out right in front of you. Let's just break it down one last time. Are you going to align with the Golden Path for their healing and protective magic and their whole ideology of harmony? Or does the raw power of the Shadow Conclave with its destructive magic and call to ambition appeal to you more? Or maybe you'd rather walk that middle path with the Balance Keepers, gaining knowledge and the power of divination. Ultimately, the fate of the entire valley rests on this choice. The Whispering Sickness is spreading, and each faction is convinced they hold the only cure. The question is, who do you believe?